It's like it is. I got you. Get that a bunch of ways right there. Shalom. You got any questions?
I had some. I gotta remember what I was gonna ask.
Okay, no split. Anybody else pull up right now?
You can't say, no, this is the with the sun and the moon.
Not as I usually hold Shamar.
I can't say, I would go with them.
And not as that. What time did you get here at?
At 7:06.
All right, we're good to go.
Okay, so you want to start out right away?
I think it's live already. Is it live already? It's live? Okay, no sweat. We're just gonna go ahead and start. You said we ain't got no questions, right? No questions in the room. No sweat. This is the ISBK out of Southern California. Police Officer Lahal. I'll be holding it down for the moment until Captain Gadalhar arrives. So we ain't got no questions. So then I'm gonna go into the topic. I'm gonna go into let me get Joshua. Let me get Joshua 7 and verse 1. We'll start off from right there. And so what's up, Bob? Yeah, we good. So we're gonna touch on accountability. You know what I'm saying? So what we gotta understand is that as a nation, right? The Lord, when you commit a sin, right? When you commit a sin, the Lord will not just hold you accountable for the sins that you commit. You understand? The Lord will hold the whole nation accountable for the things that you do. So now we're going to go into account where one brother decided to sin against the Lord, and the Lord held the whole nation accountable for what this one brother did. You understand? So now knowing that, you got to consider that. You got to understand when you mess up, you're messing up the whole body. Understand? When you sin, the Lord is going to hold everybody accountable for the mistake that you made. You understand? So what does that mean? That means that you better be perfect. You know what I'm saying? You better be fighting whatever demon that you have on you. And you make sure you overcome that demon. Because the minute or the day that you allow that demon to tempt you and you fail, just understand that the Lord is not going to just judge you, but he's going to judge everybody. You understand? So now let's go into Joshua 7 and 1 real quick.
This is Joshua 7 and 1. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel.
And the Lord's anger was kindled against who?
The children of Israel.
So now, just to give you a little context, this is when Joshua is taking over a city. I believe he's taking over the city of Jericho, right? And the Lord gave Joshua certain instructions of what to do, on how to take over the city. He gave him certain instructions on how to take it, and then he also told him on things to take and things not to take, right? So one brother decided to take some things that the Lord told them not to take. Joshua 7 and 1, right? So now, read it from the top again.
This is Joshua chapter 7, verse 1. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing.
So Achan, right, or Achan, took of the accursed thing, right? Keep going.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel.
And the Lord was angered. Understand that. The Lord was pissed off because of what one brother did. You understand that, right? Because of what one brother did, the Lord was angry with the whole nation of Israel. Brother, you read that and you make sure you take that in. And you make sure you are a perfect man. So whenever Satan tempt you with weed, you make sure you turn that weed down. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be the brother that smoked that weed, and then the whole camp, something happens at the camp, and you're gonna know that thing that happened at the camp was because of you. You know what I'm saying? Or something happens to the school. Something happens to the school because of something that you did in the dark. You thought nothing was gonna happen. You're good. You know what I'm saying? You're going about your day. You get a phone call. This and this and this happened. And then you're gonna be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That could have happened because of what I did. That thing that I did in the dark, that's happening because of what I did. I mean that thing that happened at the school, that thing that happened in the camp, that happened because of the sin that I did that I thought nobody would know about. You get what I'm saying? So the Lord will judge the nation and not just judge you. You understand? Keep going.
And Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Beth-aven, on the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. And the men went up and viewed Ai, and they returned to Joshua, and said unto him, Let not all the people go up, but let about 2,000 or 3,000 men go up and smite Ai.
Right, so now he's giving them instruction on what to do, right? So now they're going to go into this country, and they plan on taking it over, right? Go ahead.
And make not all the people to labor thither, for they are but a few.
Go ahead.
So that there went up thither of the people about 3,000 men, and they fled before the men of Ai. And the men of Ai smote of them about 36 men, for they chased them before the gate even unto Shebron.
So now reading that, read that part one more time. So where it says that 3,000 men fled.
So Joshua 7:4. So there went up thither of the people about 3,000 men, and they fled.
And they what?
And they fled.
And they what?
And they fled.
And they fled. Go ahead.
Before the men of Ai. And the men of Ai smote of them about 36 men.
And the men of Ai smote of them how many?
About 36 men.
About 36 men. Now you understand this, that is not supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? You are not supposed to lose battles when you serve the Lord. When you serve the Lord will be with you, and he will fight your battle, and you will win every battle that you're in. You get what I'm saying? So this incident that is happening is because someone is sinning. You get what I'm saying? And how many men died?
36.
36 men died because of what? Go ahead.
One man sin.
Because of one man's sin. Because of one man's sin, the Lord decided that 3,000 men are gonna run away like cowards, right? Which shouldn't happen. You shouldn't run away. UPK, right? No cowards. You shouldn't run away. And then not only did 3,000 men run away, but 36 men died. You know what I'm saying? Because of what? Because of one man's sin. Because of what one brother did. The Lord judged these men. All right, go ahead.
For they chased them from before the gate even unto Shebron, and smote them in the going down. Wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water.
Go ahead.
And Joshua rent his clothes and fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord until the eventide. He and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads. And Joshua said, Alas, O Lord God, wherefore hast thou at all brought this people over Jordan to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites to destroy us? Would to God we had been content and dwelt on the other side Jordan.
Go ahead.
O Lord, what shall I say when Israel turneth their backs before their enemies?
Go on.
For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it, and shall environ us round,
right,
and cut off our name from the earth. And what wilt thou do unto thy great name?
Right.
And the Lord said unto Joshua,
meaning like the Lord's reputation. Thy great name is talking about the Lord's reputation. You know what I'm saying? The Lord got a reputation. We all got a reputation. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing you want to do is ruin your reputation because of something you did. You know what I'm saying? You want to ruin your reputation because of some weed that you smoked. You want to ruin your reputation because, you know, some whore that you slept with. You know what I'm saying? Your reputation means everything. And with that, I'm going to pass the class to Priest and Captain Gadalhar.
We're brother was at?
It's like, oh, that Joshua 1 and 7.
Joshua 1:7. I know, swear. Was it a question for somebody?
Nah, I was going to copy.
Okay. All right. Clap it up one more time. Before we get into it, anybody got any questions? Let's let the brothers come in and probably ask them. Oh, you can read Joshua 1 and 7 again.
It's like 7 and I'm like 7 and 4 right now.
7 and 4? All right, I'm sorry.
This is Joshua 7 and 4. So there went up thither of the people about 3,000 men, and they fled before the men of Ai. And the men of Ai smote of them about 36 men, for they chased them before the gate even unto Shebron, and smote them in the going down. Wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water.
Okay. What was you? Go ahead, keep going. Select it.
And Joshua rent his clothes and fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord until the eventide, he and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads. And Joshua said, Alas, O Lord God, wherefore hast thou at all brought this people over Jordan to deliver?
Jog my memory, Lahab. What you going into?
I was touching how our brother sinned. One brother sinned against the Lord, and the Lord charged the whole nation.
This cat that stole?
Yeah, because of the Babylonian garment.
God, no sweat. Keep going.
To deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us. Would to God we had been content and dwelt on the other side Jordan.
Did he read the part where the brother did the sin already?
Nah, I was just brother going into.
Oh, okay. Give me to that part.
Joshua 7 and 11. Israel has sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant.
Go probably one verse up.
Joshua 7 and 10. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Get thee up, wherefore liest thou thus upon thy face?
Loud.
Verse 20.
Verse 20?
No.
Okay, go to verse 20.
Joshua 7 and 20. And Achan answered Joshua and said, Indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel. And thus...
What was the sin again?
He took the Babylonian garment.
He took the Babylonian garment. No sweat. Go ahead.
Go to verse 21.
And thus have I done. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them. Then I covet them.
I what them?
Covet them.
What does a covet mean? Your top.
To desire.
To desire. Yeah, that could be true. Let me get the technical one. What is covet? It's almost like it is to desire, but go ahead.
Like a lust.
It's like a lust. Somebody look it up real quick. Keep reading that.
And took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. Right. So now, covet means to lust or, let me see, lust or have a strong desire in the Hebrew, right? So, go ahead, bro. You got a question?
I got that.
Nah, no sweat. So you understand that's a big problem that Israelites have, period, right? In other words, what is covet? In another word, in today's terms. Anybody want to give it a shot? Today's time.
Be thirsty.
Thirsty? Nah, not thirsty. Sit.
To save something?
No, not save. Think about it. If you're coveting, right, to lust for something, to desire, that's something that you have to have. Almost it's like, okay, I probably wouldn't say that word. Go ahead, brother. You gonna say?
Maybe like idolizing?
Not idolizing. Go ahead.
Is it gonna mean greedy or like desperate?
Okay, if I was a cover, so like if I was a cover after someone's wife, what would I be?
Adulterer.
No, you will be that if you was to actually get the person. But go ahead.
I would say hater.
Yeah, there you go. It's that same lane as being a hater, right? To you talk down on someone to want what they want, right? Remember in the Bible it says even for this precept, right? Envy thou not thy oppressor. Somebody get that from me. That's in Proverbs 3:31, I believe. And I'll take questions out of that. If you wasn't coveting somebody, what would you be doing? If you seen something that someone had and you wanted it, what is the righteous way to act? Go ahead. Yeah, you. What's your name?
Manny.
Huh?
Manny.
Manny? Okay, no sweat. Go ahead.
They were if someone has something that you
Yeah, if someone has something that you want, how should you react to that?
Work for it. I believe, like you want to
Work for your time.
I'll be like, congratulate them on getting it, and just like, you feel me, basically like ask them like how they did it.
That's exactly how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be happy for someone to have something and ask them how they got it so you can get it. That's all, right? But if you covet after it, you're jealous. You get what I mean? You're jealous. It's evil. It stirs up sins in you that you don't want. All right. Who got that for me?
This is Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
And that's what he did, right? That's what the brother did when he wanted to go steal that garment. He looked at what he had, and then what he had was, a treasure in his mind. You get what I'm saying? So he had to go get it in his head. He had to go steal it, which is wrong, right? You cannot steal. You can't steal from your brother. You can't steal from a heathen. Y'all understand, right? All right, solid. Any questions off the topic in the class? No questions? Malakma, go ahead.
It's a lot. I was going to ask for a breakdown on
Any other questions? Any questions online? Let me know on YouTube.
It's on it's on Joshua chapter 7, verse 8 to 9.
7 and 8 through 9. Go ahead.
Book of Joshua chapter 7, verse 8. O Lord, what shall I say when Israel turneth their backs before their enemies?
Mm-hmm.
For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it, and shall environ us round, and cut off our name from the earth. And what wilt thou do unto thy great name? So my question is on Latino only Israelites try to use this right here to say that so-called blacks are Canaanites. Like, how do I go about cutting that?
You got to prove that the blacks are Canaanites. That's all. What do they say?
That's like I want to know what that means. Like cutting out Israel, right? Like they say that so-called blacks are Canaanites and that
But how? How do break it down? I never heard this before.
So you got this group Latino Israelites that try to say that so-called black folks are really Canaanites
because what is the spiritual thing that they see that they think they see?
They think they're converts. And I guess because they come from Africa, that they're really, since Africa's a land of Canaan, they're trying to say that that's who so-called blacks really are.
Okay, but it's over 50 countries in Africa, right? So they just gonna just assume that the black people are Canaanites, right? So they would just have to be specific on what black people come from, what part, and they got to prove it. Well, of course, this is a lie, but this is what happens when you're uneducated about Africa, right? If you're uneducated about Africa, you just say, "Oh yeah, this is you because you're black." That's not true. You get what I mean? Not all black people come from Africa. You understand? So I would just have to bring it to him like that, explain to him, that he has to show me how I'm a Canaanite. Just show me I'm a Canaanite, and show me, you know, how Canaanites came from being Canaanites in Africa to, you know, the same Canaanites in the ghetto today.
Right.
All right, just tell him to prove that and go from there. And he can't do that because, like I said, he's uneducated on Africa.
Right.
All right, so I never heard that. You probably never have that battle again. Have you guys heard that before? Live, you heard that? Yeah, you probably never will have that battle. Go ahead.
Like 10 cats, I believe, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like very few cats that are Latino, only Israelites.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't too big.
God, no sweat. That's all, Malak. Just they got to prove it like that. All right. Any other questions? Good. Any questions online? All right, let's no sweat. We'll get into it. Give me John 14 and 27. There's a few questions I had over the week, so I'm gonna just break it down here. All right. Who was on last week? Coming up.
You did want to bring something up, sir.
The separation, the separation.
Separation.
All right, so we're going to separation as well. If you could just try to find this in the Apocrypha, right? It's a paraphrase. We alone shall build, right? We alone shall build, or something like that. It's in the Apocrypha, though. All right. Who got John 14:27?
This is
Go ahead, Todd.
John 14 and 27.
Mm-hmm.
Peace I leave with you.
Peace I leave with you. Go ahead. This is in red, right? This is Christ's words. Go ahead.
My peace I give unto you.
Mm-hmm.
Not as the world give it, give I unto you.
Let me give you some context, right? So Christ is leaving, right? Christ is leaving his disciples. After being with them, this is time for him to go, meaning time for him to die. You understand, right? So he's telling them, peace, say it again, peace be unto you, right?
Peace I leave with you.
Peace I leave with you. What does peace mean in Hebrew? Shalom, right? Shalom. So now, if I say peace to you, I mean it. Y'all understand, right? If someone in the world says peace to you, they just saying hi. You understand? If I say peace to you, I'm telling you I want peace for you. I'm telling you that, and I mean it. That's the word. That's how you translate the English. I mean, it's like, the English to the Hebrew is really wanting peace for somebody, right? If someone says peace to you in the world, like I said, it's a greeting, right? Or goodbye, right? Keep going.
My peace I give unto you.
My peace I give unto you. Go ahead.
Not as the world give it.
Not as the what give it?
The world give it.
Not as the world gives. I'm not giving you peace like people in the world give peace. Go ahead.
Give I unto you.
Mm-hmm.
Let not your heart be troubled.
Let not your heart be troubled. Go ahead.
Neither let it be afraid.
Neither let it be afraid. Break it down. How is Christ talking to the disciples? My goodness. Live.
Like he giving them like assurance, like letting them know, like they gonna be straight.
Mm-hmm.
When he gone, they gonna be good.
God.
He's giving them like confidence.
There you go, right? That's what he is, right? He really means peace. He really expounded on. Just think about what peace means in the ISUPK, right? What does peace mean in the ISUPK? If you have an issue, we answer your issues. You get what I'm saying? If you have a problem, we answer your problems. If you need help, we help you. That's really peace. That's what Christ is saying to these brothers. You understand, right? Give me a little more.
Ye have heard how I said unto you,
Mm-hmm.
I go away.
What verse you at?
28, sir.
Okay, read one more line. Go ahead.
Ye have heard how I said unto you,
Mm-hmm.
I go away and come again unto you. If ye love me, ye would rejoice.
Right, now you stop right there. You understand? This is all this talking about is the real peace that the Lord is going to leave with you, that the brothers in the ISUPK exemplified through their works, right? That the sisters exemplified through their works. Real love, real peace, real works, right? Not fake works, not fake greetings, none of those things. So when you introduce yourself or you greet somebody that you know in the school, just know that you got to come with that type of love. You understand, right? That same peace that you salute somebody with when you see somebody, just know that means that I would love you and I would take care of you and I would handle what needs to be handled for you. Everybody should carry that in y'all spirit. You understand, right? No sweat. All right. Give me Revelations 9:3.
This is Revelations chapter 9, verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth.
Go to verse 1 real quick.
Verse 1. And the fifth angel sounded.
Right. Go ahead.
And I saw a star fall from heaven.
Remember, Revelations is what? What the book of Revelations is what? Not Zach?
It's like it starts in prophecy.
Yes, prophecies.
A vision.
Vision. There you go. It's the visions of what's it's the things that's being revealed to John. You understand, right? So when you read the book of Revelations, nothing in there is literal. Everything is a metaphor. Everything means something else. You understand? So when he's telling you these visions, these are just metaphors for something else that's happening. That's why you need breakdowns for Revelations, because Revelations is not something you can just read and understand. You understand? All right. So read again out for 9 and 1.
Revelations 9 and 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth.
Go ahead.
And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Go ahead.
And he opened the bottomless pit.
He opened the bottomless pit. So imagine a prison, right? Prisons back in the day in those times were like somewhere under something like under the earth, right? When I say under the earth, like in a pit. You understand? So imagine this angel, he has the key to open up this gate, right? This gate is getting opened, and these things are about to come out of this pit, right? This bottomless pit. Keep going.
And he opened the bottomless pit. And there arose a smoke out of the pit.
Go ahead.
As the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
Right. Go ahead.
And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth. And unto them was given power.
What does the smoke and the locusts represent? Anybody know? Not Zach. Let me get not Zach. Go ahead.
It's like, sir, is that like the plagues of Egypt?
Not the plagues. Not the plagues of Egypt. Go ahead, Lahab.
I was gonna say it represents the white man's army.
Not the white man's army. Not yet. Go ahead, Top.
I was gonna say like the war.
No, it just represents destruction, right? Represents destruction. The locusts and the what is it? Smoke. The locusts and the smoke represent the destruction that's about to come up on the earth. Remember, because that destruction was what? In a bottomless pit for a while. You understand, right? Yeah. So now that he's opening the key, opening the lock from the bottomless pit, now these things come back into the earth, right? Keep going.
And unto them was given power.
And unto them was given power. Go ahead.
As the scorpions of the earth have power.
Unto who was given power? What is this thing getting rose up now, Lahab? Who though, specifically?
The Romans.
The Romans, right? The Roman Catholic Church, right? Remember, you had the Roman Empire that ruled in the earth. They got destroyed during the time of the Dark Ages, right? The black people ruled, and then that was over, and now you have the Renaissance. This is what this is right here, through the Roman Catholic Church getting rebirthed into the earth. You understand, right? Yeah. Keep going.
And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their forehead.
Right. So now, what else is getting rebirthed into the earth? Not only the Roman Catholic Church, but what else? Lahab.
Priests and prophets.
No. Malakma.
Truth.
No. Remember, the Dark Ages was here. Remember, Dark Ages wasn't necessarily a time when the truth was flourishing. It just a time when black people was ruling, right? People were still in the world. But what else is getting now? If I'm talking about the Dark Ages is going away, Now what's getting rebirth? We said the Roman Catholic Church is getting rebirth, meaning if the Roman Catholic Church is getting rebirth, what else is getting rebirth into the earth? Malakma. White supremacy.
Yeah.
Y'all understand, right? White supremacy is back in the earth. It's ruling. It's the smoke. It's the locust that's going to destroy the earth, right? The doctrine of what they teach, homosexuality running rampant, right? White Jesus, white rulers. All these things are going to come back into the earth. That is the destruction physically and spiritually. You understand, right? What verse you at up?
Verse 5.
Okay, keep going.
And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man.
God, that's good to go. So now, at one time, the world was safe from white supremacy. It was safe, but now white supremacy is ruling again. Y'all understand? That's what that verse is talking about. It's talking about how the Roman Catholic Church is being rebirthed into the earth, and how white supremacy is running rampant, right? So now you would go, you don't have to pull this precept, and you just go to Job 9:24. They're talking about he covered the faces of the judges thereof, right? That's another precept for that verse. All right. Any questions on that? Not Zach.
So like, sir, me saying like months, does it mean like years, like 5?
Yeah, time period. Time period. And like, remember, like anytime you see time, like someone say a day or, you know, a week, whatever, it never really means that. It's just a time period. It's like you saying a couple of days or a few days or something like that. You know what I mean? All right. Really, but if you think about 5 months, think about a short season. All right. Think about a short season. Like the white man's rulership in the eyes of the Lord is a short season. All right. All right. No sweat. No questions on that? All right. So now you would expound on this, right? A lot of black people love white supremacy, believe it or not, right? How do I know that? How do I know that black people love white supremacy? Laha.
I was gonna say because they defend it.
Say it again.
They'll defend it.
They'll defend it, but you're missing something though. It's something that black people love that makes them love white supremacy. Go ahead, Nazar.
So like, sir, is it Christianity?
No. If we're in the truth, what do they love? Manny.
White women?
White women?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Sis.
The world.
The world, meaning what? That you're on it. Nazar.
They love the lie.
There you go. They love a lie, right? Black people love a lie. Give me the precept. Give me Isaiah. Isaiah when he says, don't speak unto me right things, speak unto me smooth things, right? They hated Ezekiel, they hated Jeremiah because they spoke the truth. You get what I mean? Black people, that's how you know you're an Israelite. Because if you're black and you hate the truth, that's how you know you're an Israelite. That's how you absolutely know, because you love living the life that you live. The life that you live, it makes you feel good, right? Also, give me that verse in Romans when Paul said, or Galatians where he said, am I your enemy because I tell you the truth?
So like, so also about that other piece of Nicopo,
Which one?
the Apocrypha.
Oh yeah, hold on. That's for the separation.
Come.
Sorry, sir, I got Isaiah 30.
You got Isaac, go ahead.
Isaiah 30:9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Most High.
Look up, hold on real quick. Look up, Commandant, look up Stockholm Syndrome. Go ahead.
Come.
These are rebellious children, right?
Come. Children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not.
They say to the seers, see not. Seers is just another word for a prophet back in the day, right? Someone who's seen things before they came. Go ahead.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
Don't tell us the right things. Don't tell us that what? Don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster, right? Don't sleep with white women. Don't steal. Don't murder. Stop being homosexuals. Don't teach us those things, right? Go ahead.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Speak unto us smooth things. Go ahead.
Prophesy deceit.
Prophesy what?
Deceit.
Prophesy what?
Deceit.
Prophesy lies. That's what they want. That's what they want. right? They don't want the smooth, they don't want the right things. They want the things that make you feel good. If I'd say smooth things out of my mouth, more people will be here. You understand? More people would want to come because now they get to do what they want to do. More people don't want to come here because why? You know, you're getting cut in your spirit and you have to change. You understand, right? You got a question now?
Yeah. I was gonna say, isn't the reason why?
You got to speak up.
Sorry, I was gonna say, isn't it easier to say things that aren't from the truth because it's easier and people they won't be able to change. Like it'll be easier for them to like adapt to it, but if it's something for the truth, wouldn't it be harder for them and they don't want to change that much or something?
Yeah, let's say it a little more clear.
The reason why wouldn't it be easier for more people to listen to you if you say easier things just because it's easy and there's no challenge? Like
Exactly.
You won't change much.
Right, exactly. There will be no transformation. You can come in the same person and leave the same person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Exactly. There's no change. There's no hardship in it. There's no enduring. There's no, hardening. There's none of those things, right? Someone had their hand up? No sweat. Where's you at? Give me the one in Galatians.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
Galatians 4:16.
Mm-hmm.
Am I therefore become your enemy
Mm-hmm.
because I tell you the truth?
Right. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? We tell black people that Jesus is black and they hate us for it. They hate to hear that Jesus is black. I always hear two things. If I tell them Jesus is black, they say, no, he wasn't. Or, so what? Color doesn't matter. And I say, God damn. I guess it doesn't matter then, right? But how do you know that color does matter, though? If someone said, if you told someone Jesus was black, and they said, and then it's a black person, a Hispanic person, they say, so what? Color doesn't matter. What is your response to that? Malakma?
So can't you accept the fact that it's black?
Nah, there's a better response for it. There's a better response. What's your name again, brother?
Ivory.
Ivory, go ahead.
If color doesn't matter, then why is it pushed onto us that he's white?
There you
when you
go.
look
That's
at Christianity,
Con.
Catholics, and
Most
stuff.
High in Christ. That's exactly what you give the brother a hand. That's exactly what you're supposed to say. If color doesn't matter, then why is Jesus depicted as a white man? If color didn't matter, you get what I mean? That would be the question that you got to ask that person, because that's how you know color does matter, right? You don't want to give the most powerful person that walked on the earth to be a black face. You make him white. You made him a white face, right? So that's how you would kill that, right? Black people hate to hear that their heroes are black. They don't want no black heroes. Only black hero they want is the person who sold them out. You get what I mean? I seen some video on Facebook talking about Martin Luther King, which videos I already knew, but the cat was expounding on. Y'all seen that video?
No, sir.
The cat was talking about how much white women that he was sleeping with, how the FBI had the tape of him having an orgy, all that, right? Those are the heroes that black people love. Martin Luther King, right? No sweat. What you holding? Galatians? You read that already?
I read that, sir.
No sweat. Moving on. Any questions on this topic? All right, no sweat. Now give me Matthew. Give me Matthew 16 and 23. Who got it?
This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 23. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Thou art an offense unto me.
What verse you at? 23?
Matthew 16.
Go one verse up.
Matthew 16 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
Then Peter took him and began rebuking him, saying, Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan.
What is Peter saying to Christ? Remember, the context is the Roman police is about to come get Christ, right? They about to come arrest him and all that. And Peter is saying, not basically, he's not about to let that happen. He's not about to allow them to come and get Christ, right? So Christ turns around and tells Peter, "Get from behind me, Satan." You understand, right? This is a time where Christ, this is everything that the Lord promised, the Most High wanted for Christ, the things he had to go through to be able to put his life down for us to be saved, right? So now, Peter, in his mind, wants to fight for Christ's freedom, right? He wants to fight for Christ's freedom, but he's not seeing or understanding the big picture that Christ has to go to jail. He has to suffer this beating, this harassment, this crucifixion, so he can be the savior. You understand? So he can die on the cross, right? The whole point was, if he was to die before he gets on that cross, then we wouldn't have the opportunity we have today. So he had to get to the cross. He had to go through these things. He had to do all these, right? So now Christ turns to Peter and tells him what? "Get from behind me, Satan." Why did Christ call Peter Satan? Go ahead, brother.
Because Satan means like deceiver or liar. So it's lying to him. Trying to protect him. Like it's.
Okay, that's close. It's close. It's something. There's something with Satan for sure. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Go ahead. Malakma.
Satan's trying to, through Peter, trying to get Christ to not go through with the.
Yeah, but what is it called? Nazar.
Metaphor?
No.
Or insult?
How does Christ look at Peter and not call him Peter but call him Satan? Malakma.
Like demon type of thing?
Yeah, it's a demon, but what is that? Why though? What was he doing? What was Peter doing? Remember, because Peter is what? He's emotional. Right? He's emotional. He's not in the spirit. So what was he? Go ahead.
An enemy?
Not an enemy. Yes, he was, but that's not the answer. La.
So what was he?
Yeah, what was he? What was he doing? What was happening to Peter?
I was that Peter like an opportunity to get away from him.
No, sis. Oh, you almost said it. Now weak. All those answers are correct, but there's a word that he is that allows Christ to call him Satan. La. Not compromising. Not desire.
Was tempting?
There you go. That's it. Tempting. He was tempting him. Precept. La.
Saying it's a tempter.
You gotta give what's the precept?
Matthew 4:1.
Not Matthew. It's a better one. It's in James, right? Go to James 1:12 or 1:14, 1 and 2. Check that. Hold that where you are. We coming right back to that. He was being tempted. Remember, God can't tempt a man with evil. Y'all know that, right? Let's pull that. James 1:12. It might be 1:12, 1:13, 1:14, 1:2, 1:3.
1:12, sir.
Go ahead, read it for me.
Okay. The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Go ahead.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
Keep going.
Which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
Keep going.
Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Remember, God can't tempt you with evil. Y'all understand? So that's why he called him Satan, because Satan was tempting Peter with evil. What was the evil thing he was going to do? What he did was cut off the cat's ear, right? He cut off the centurion's ear, and that was evil of Peter. And that's why Christ said, "Get from behind me, Satan," because he can't do that. You understand? Now go back to the verse. Go ahead. Now,
Sir, question. Was he also saying that because it was leading him into feeling like there's a way out?
Exactly. Perfect. And it was tempting Christ, right? It was making Christ feel like, yeah, I don't have to die.
Right.
You get what I mean? So now he's messing up the order of things. Because now if Peter stops the centurion from arresting Christ, Now Christ might have a moment where he feels like he doesn't want to die. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So the whole thing is a mission to get Christ to die so we can live. That's the whole thing. That was his whole mission. So now he has to be like that. What was another time in the Bible where Christ was tempted? Your top.
When he fasted for the 40 days.
When he fasted, go to it, right? And Luke, pull that. Remember, Satan came to Christ and said, throw yourself down, and I give you all this. I'll give you all the kingdoms. You'll be ruled over everything. Y'all familiar with that? He tried to tempt Christ with his weak moments because what? Christ was hungry as hell, right? He was hungry as hell. And Satan was tempting Christ. He was tempting. You don't got to pull it. Matter of fact, you can go back. He was tempting Christ, and Christ did not do it. He said he battled with Satan. Y'all understand? Now let's go back to 16 and 23.
This is Matthew 16 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan.
Get thee behind me, Satan. Go ahead.
Thou art an offense unto me.
You are an offense unto me. Go ahead.
For thou savorest not the things that be of God.
Mm-hmm. You're not savoring the things that be of God. You're not doing that. You're doing what makes you feel good. You're doing what in your mind you think is right, right? Because something in your mind seems right doesn't mean it's right with the Lord. You get what I mean? Satan can work on you so bad that you start tricking yourself to believing that something that you're doing that's wrong is right. You got to make sure that you focus on those things, right? So now in his mind, he think he's doing something right because he's protecting his brother from the police, right? When Peter knows what's supposed to happen, and he got emotional, and he wanted Christ to stay. Like, you can't really understand that if you love somebody. You can't really understand why you wouldn't fight for somebody. You get what I mean? That's what we will all be Peter. You get what I mean? We'll all not want something to happen to a loved one. But in that time, it had to happen, right? Keep going.
But those that be of men,
mm-hmm.
Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself.
You understand? If any man want to have to come after Christ, let him deny himself. What does that mean? Break it down. What verse you at?
24, sir.
What does that mean? If you want to deny yourself, it's like if you want to read again, if you want to be of Christ.
Then Jesus said unto his disciples,
mm-hmm.
If any man will come after me, let him deny himself.
Break it down. Malakma, what does that mean?
Resist temptation.
Resist temptation. What else?
Go until the end.
Okay, those are good. The Nazis are.
So is that like taking all the things that you see as right or good for you,
mm-hmm.
and pushing them to the side?
There you go. That's it. You gotta deny yourself, man. Like this job that you do as a priest. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a priest and you got a family, like it's rough, right? Your family wants you; they want to see you all the time, but your work is here. You know what I mean? This is your number one thing. Like I try to tell a brother, like if you're a priest in here, like you got a lot of time that's going to be taken away from you. All your free time, your idle time, those things get taken away from you because your life, you didn't choose your life. Yeah, you get me? Like your life, if you got that oil poured on your head, you didn't choose your life. This life was chosen for you. You with me? So now your job is this. You might have a slavery, you might have other things that you do, but this is your job. So now the Lord is saying, Christ is saying what? You got to deny yourself. You got to deny yourself what worldly men want, what fleshly men want. You get what I'm saying? You have to deny yourself from those things because you got a job to do. Now, if you can't do that, you can't be of me, right? Keep going.
And take up his cross.
And take up his what?
And take up his cross.
Yeah, you got to take up that cross. What does that cross signify? Not as that.
It's like it signifies burden.
The burden, right? You got to carry that burden just like Christ carried that burden. You get what I mean? That's the whole reason. I'd rather carry that burden than to be dead.
Right.
You get what I mean? You understand? You want to carry that burden than to be dead, right? Keep going.
And follow me.
And follow Christ, man. Follow him. Go ahead.
For whosoever will save his life.
So if you want to save your life in this place, in this world, go ahead.
Shall lose it.
You're going to lose your life. You get what I'm saying? You want to save your life here. You want to make your life about what the world wants you to make your life about. You know what I mean? You want to make your life about, you know, what you think is right to do. A lot of cats, like, because we come from broken homes, most Black people and Hispanic people, we come from a broken home. A lot of people who might have not had their father in their life. So they grow up to try to be, you know, the best father they can be, right? So they think that being a great father is what? Taking care of your kids. That's a good thing. I'm pretty sure every man wants to take care of their kids. But when you become a priest, it's 1,000 kids that you got to take care of now, not just your own. You understand? It's so many other kids. What if you just focus on your kids and you're gonna let every other child, every other Israelite child die? You understand? So you gotta take your mindset off of that. You gotta take your mind off of that. Now you gotta look at all these kids as yours, all these sisters as your responsibility, all these brothers as your responsibility. That's how it has to be. That's what Christ did. You understand? That's why Paul told brothers what? What did Paul say in the Bible? If you're reading my mind about what I'm breaking down, what did Paul say? Go ahead, Lord.
He said, I wish everyone was like me.
And how was Paul?
He had no one.
He had no woman. He had no children, right? What is he saying though?
Like he's saying, like, I wish you could be like dedicated as I am.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have like I don't want to say issues, but
yeah, he don't have no distractions. He's saying he don't have any distractions because he gonna do this, but nevertheless, you know, marry though if you need to marry. But now, and he even told brothers who had more than one wife, right? He said, yeah, multiple wives, that's fine. Be as though you had no wives though. That's how you got to be. You see what I'm saying? You can do that, that's fine, but be a person that acts like they have none. They have nothing because this work has to be done. You understand? You get that, right? That's what he's saying. He's saying you can go get you a woman for sure, do that. But don't let things take you away from this. And he said that why? Because men were being taken away. You understand? Weak men were being taken away and pushed out, and they had to replace them. And that slows down the work. It slows down the work. It takes away from the goal. Y'all with me? That's why you need more men. You just need more men to come in. If men can stay and bring more men, that's fine. But if men come and leave, we're taking away. You get what I'm saying? So now keep reading that.
And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
You understand? So now if you lose your life, man, meaning all your desires that you had, a lot of cats, what they want to be a rapper and shit, right? Want to be a famous rapper, you want to be an athlete or whatever, you want to be this, you want to be that. Lose those dreams. Those dreams don't mean nothing. Being a rapper, it's 1% of people, less than 1% become a rapper. Right or wrong? Nothing wrong with getting a trade and getting you a slavery. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? But pour your life into here though. Pour your ambitions into this place. You get what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. Don't worry about being an athlete. Pour that into here. Pour that into here, right? Keep going.
For what is it a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul?
Go ahead.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
What verse you at?
The end of 26. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works.
Was that the end of 26?
End of 27.
God, you understand, right? That's how you want to be looked at. You want to be looked at as what? A person who what? Who's known for what? Working and not being gone, and not putting yourself first. You remember, like, a lot of people think this, right? That you come first. You don't come first, right? In your life, you don't come first. You don't come first. Nothing comes before the Lord, before the Most High, right? Give me Matthew 10 and 34 real quick. All right? Take me from Matthew 10 and 34 to the end of 37. All right? I'm going to show you something in the Bible. It's not a Christian thing. It's very not Christian. Christian is what? What is Christian? Christian is about family. It's about family. Let me tell you something. We all a family in here. Y'all get that? We are all a family. We should all think alike. We should all act alike. We should all be in the same spirit. Y'all understand? We are family. And as a family, we should think like this. This is how we're going to think If you don't think like this, start thinking like this. All right. 10 and 34 through 37. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Right. He came not to send peace, but a sword. Right. Y'all understand that? Go ahead.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father,
Mm-hmm.
and the daughter against her mother.
Right. Y'all all familiar with these precepts, right? Go ahead.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
These are the things that the Lord came when he ain't saying he wants you to be separate from him. He's saying that is what the truth does. You understand?
Right.
The truth does this. That's why it's not Christianity. That's why it's not Catholicism. That's why it's not Islam. It's not any of those religions, because the truth will separate you from your loved ones. The truth will separate you from your family, because the Lord wants it to be like that. Why? Because he wants to see what you love more. You get what I'm saying? The Lord said this. If he created you and your child, who he wants you to love more? Huh? Go ahead. Yeah, he does. Because he created you both, right? Who he wants your child to love more? Yeah, same thing, right? Keep going.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Keep reading.
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Read again.
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Man, listen, you're going to have to do it, right? You love your mother or your father more than the Most High, you're not worthy of the kingdom. You're going to be a person who dies and comes into and gets rebirthed into the kingdom of heaven, and you're going to be regular. You're going to be a regular person. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what we're fighting for, right? We're not fighting for that. We're fighting for glory, right? We're fighting for power. We're fighting for rulership, right? So now he's saying, if you love that more than you love me, you're not worthy of me. Keep reading.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
You listen. How many, like I said earlier, what father that has their children in their life doesn't want to love their children and be there with their children and raise their children and see their children every day? What father doesn't want to do that, right? Every father wants to do that. Every father wants to do that, but every father can't do that, especially if you're a priest. You know what I mean? Especially, I'm trying to tell you, because you might not be going through it now, but you will. You will. You'll have to go through it. But now, and then you'll see what? By loving by loving God more than I love my child, I'm showing my child that I really love him.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm showing my wife that I really love her. Because now what? How did you even get that family? Go ahead.
Because of God.
Yeah, because the Most High gave you that family. Right? The scary thing about him giving you a family, what else can he do? Yeah, everybody raise their hand, right? Go ahead, Nazar. He could take your family. You understand? So you got to think about it like that. If you don't want your family to be took, you better make sure your mind is right on what you're doing, right? You got to make sure, like, okay, look, y'all, everybody gonna be mad at me right now, but I got to do this. I have to get this done. I have to. Right. It's my duty. I don't want to do it. I have to do it. You get what I'm saying? I wanna be here with you. I trust me, I do, but I can't. Right? And you have to explain that. And sometimes you got to fight about it, you have to argue about it, and then you argue about it, and then everyone's just argued out, and then you still do what you got to do. And then after that, you come home and argue more. And then they'll be fine. Right? It'll be fine. Then they understand, like, God damn, this person loves God more than me. Yes, I do. Because I don't want you to die. I want you to be safe. I want everything to be good. Don't block blessings, right? You want the Lord to bless you, you're going to have to work for him. You understand? You're going to have to put in the work for him if you want the Lord to bless you. Now, if you don't want those blessings, then don't work. It's fine. You just, go through whatever the hell you like going through. That's just life. Y'all with me? What verse you at?
38, sir.
That's it? All right, 37. Okay, solid. Any questions? About to get into another topic. No sweat. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy 7:6, right? Everybody know this precept. Let me get Leviticus 20 and 26. Right? So, Commodore, what you got?
The separation, sir?
Yeah, you hold on. Where you at? Yeah, Todd, give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6, right? Malakma, give me Leviticus 20 and 26.
Okay.
Natazak, give me Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Mm-hmm. Hold on. And we'll start with those, all right? It's about separation, right? Anybody, what's holy mean again? Ivory.
To be separate.
To be separate, right? So you look at the Holy Bible, that is a what Bible? Go ahead.
Separate.
It's a separate Bible, right? For separate people, right? This Bible is not for everybody, right? So now if you go read the word holy and you see that it means separate, now you know that this Bible is separate from who? Everybody else.
Right.
The rest of the world, right? This Bible only works for you. So people can, like the Jewish man uses, like there's Jewish people that live a life similar to us and are flourishing because of it. And they're not even blessed from the Lord. You understand? But they follow it to a T so much that they can thrive. And they're not even God's chosen people. But they do the law. So it works for them. You ever heard of the term usury? Anybody know that? You like, can you break it down?
Usury is like an interest gained on something that you invested into.
Exactly, right. So in other words, this is someone who puts you in debt, right? There's someone who can put you in debt from borrowing from them, right? Now you cannot do that to your own. Y'all with me? You could do that to another nation, but you cannot do that to your own. Go ahead.
So, sir, if you had like a loan establishment,
Mhm.
like let's say you was in the truth and you had a loan establishment, that was your business.
Yeah.
When a brother or sister come in and they loan from you, is that what that means, or is that different?
Right. If a brother or sister comes in, you cannot do that to them, knowing the law. You can't hit them with interest if it's your business because you're in the truth.
So when they come in, they took out like that 255 loan. It's supposed to be 300.
Yeah.
When you know, Issachar, Jacob, that's who used the shit.
Mm-hmm.
When they come in there, it's like if they ask or they paying their loan, it's like, oh, no, you sold 250.
Right. But that's why we wouldn't own them establishments.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why we got to have our own place so we could charge the heathens that same way. You understand? The reason why they come into our community is because why? We need that. One day they'll need it. And you can push that on them. Oh yeah, here's 250. Give me 350 back now. You understand? So that's what's going to happen, right? All right, so no sweat. Let's get those precepts. Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
For thou art an holy people.
Right. So now the Bible is saying what? You are a holy people. Go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
You understand, right? So out of all the people on earth, he chose you to be the special people on the face of the earth, right? Go ahead.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people.
Go ahead.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
Everybody got it. You understand, right? So now the Lord said he chose you, right? So now it takes away what? It takes away that God loves everybody. God has a special people. He has a people on earth that he loves so much, right? Love so much that he punished you. Love so much that he put you in slavery. Love you so much that your judgments are thus, right? People won't understand that. They'll say, why does God put you, why does God allow black people to be killed by the police? Or why does God allow black people to be in the ghetto and in poverty and all these things happening to them? It's because of love. That's why. Love is an action word, right? So now if you're punishing someone, those things will happen, especially if you're disobedient. But nonetheless, the Lord never threw you away though, right? He never threw you away, and you have a chance to repent and change and everything be given to you from what he promised, right? So now you're the chosen people of God. There's no other people on the earth who's chosen, and it's evident because you can look at Black, Hispanic, and Native and Indian people and see how the Lord is with them even in their carnality, right? You can see the things that they do, and you can see that something is definitely different with them, right? So like even in I like sports, right? You watch sports, they change rules every year because people are just doing amazing and astonishing things that they try to make it equal. They try to make it fair, But these cats is getting more crazy and crazy, so they change the rules, right? Because black people are just different, right? So now give me Leviticus.
Oh, God. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy.
You understand, right? You should be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy. We have to be separate because the Lord is separate. The Lord is not like no other entity, right? He's not like anything that you can even imagine. He is, even in the creation, right? In creation, when creation happened, he made man and man failed him, right?
Right.
I mean, he said what? My spirit shall not always strive with man. He looked down and was like, damn, what's wrong with these people? They is not the same. I gotta replenish the earth. I gotta look for a better man, right? In this new generation. So he made you, and even when he made you couldn't be like him. So now we understand fully to this today how we should be, right? We have to be how he wants us to be. We have to be the image that he wanted us to be, and that image was shown to us through Christ, right? Christ was the person who showed you how the Lord wanted us to be. So now you got a group of men, group of sisters who see that now and have to live that life, right? Keep reading.
And have severed you.
And have what?
And have severed you.
He severed you. Go ahead.
From other people.
Right. He has severed means to violently cut something off, right? So if he severed you from other people, he did not want you to be around them at all. It hurt him and angered him that you wanted to be around people that he put you over, that you wanted to be around people that hated you and despised you because you was chosen. You understand? Like it was a strange and confusing thing to see you go and be with people who hated you. And that's why the Lord put you under them. Because you loved them so much, he had to put you under them. You understand? He had to show you that these people actually hated you. And even in that, you still loved them. It's crazy. That's a crazy thing, right? Any more on that?
Oh, God, sir.
Keep reading.
That ye should be mine.
That you should be what?
Should be mine.
Right. So you gotta put these two. We read two precepts about separation and how the Lord choosing and all that, right? These things, the things that we're reading is supposed to let you know that how everyone is in the world, you're not supposed to be like.
Right.
You're not supposed to be like them. People look at you like you're strange. You should look at everyone else like they're strange. That's how your life should be. You should what you're doing is your culture, what is normal, what the Lord wants. What they do is what the Lord is against. So that's why you have to look at them like they're strange. That's how you know you're holy. You understand? You know you're holy because people look at you strange. You know you're holy because you dress different, you talk different, all these things. A lot.
Oh, so I just saying it's confusing. It's like if you was raised into a royal family, and then you want to go be with the common folk, like that confuses your royal parents. They're like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like you literally eat off a silver platter, but you want to go into the tavern and eat off wooden plates.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Right, exactly. You understand? So that was the thing that the Lord had to see it, and then he had to punish you. You know what I mean? The Bible has never said that you can't be around heathens. You have to, in business, you're gonna have to be around heathens. But the Bible did say you can't join onto them. You know what I mean? That's why you see other nations, they don't join onto us. You know what I mean? They're separate. They have their own country. Even if they come to a community in your state, right? Like have a city in your state. There's a place where a whole bunch of, if there's Filipinos in San Bernardino, they have a Filipino section somewhere, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, that's where the Filipinos live over there. You know what I mean? This is where the Japanese people live. This is where the East Indians live. And I think in Fontana, there's a whole bunch of Arabs, right? South Fontana, it's like apartments, like 3 or 4 apartments that's close to each other where all Arabs just migrate to in Fontana, right? It's like they know they have to be around each other. They know each other from their country. You understand? They know each other from wherever the hell they from in East India or in Arabia. You get what I mean? They talk to each other and they know, hey, move here. This is where you have. You want to move to California. There's businesses here. You can set up there. They do that, right? Even in Chinese people, right? They got a Chinatown in every major city in America, right? Koreatown too, right? All these places are evident because these other nations know that they have to be separate. That's how you gain power. Go ahead.
Just like you, sir. So, when you say like you, because sometimes you have to be around, work with.
Yeah.
When you say like not clinging on to them, or that means like taking on their customs and doing things the way that they do things and wanting to be like them, correct?
Yeah, God, you can't like. Okay, like just think about white people don't really have a culture, but say if you was around,
Like Tongans.
yeah, damn, or I'll just say Chinese people, right? Because black people love kung fu movies, right? They like kung fu, they like Chinese writing. You know what I'm saying? They like some of them like Buddhism. Like you can't take on that because you just like this Asian cat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a slap in the face.
What about having a friend that's a heathen, sir?
Having a friend as a heathen?
Because, and I only asked that question because the scripture talking about the brother Judah in the Bible that had
Who?
His name was Judah. I don't know if it was the Judah, but it was a brother in the Bible named Judah that had a friend that was a Canaanite.
Okay. I mean, it's definitely not a sin to have a friend as a heathen, but it is strange. It's strange when you're a priest. You know what I mean? Like, I have family that are heathens, and but I don't think I have a friend. I don't think I have a friend. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's no friend that I have. I think all the heathen friends I had just saw me and just like, oh, we're not friends no more. We can't be friends no more. You know what I mean? I never said nothing to them. I just stopped talking to them. Go ahead.
So, like, I have a question. Like in the book of Job, third chapter, when it said that he was speaking to his friends, was that his family?
No, these people like neighbors.
Okay, so it was heathens.
It didn't say it was heathens, did it?
No, did it?
No. It's just like anytime you see friends in the Bible, those are always your neighbors. People are close by.
So like I said, during that time, that Job was an Adamite, right?
Yeah, he was okay. Yes, he was an Israelite. Yeah.
Oh, he was an Israelite.
Okay.
So,
it never says what tribe he's from or nothing like that.
Oh, okay, got it.
You know what I mean? But he definitely is an Israelite. How you know?
We went into it. I don't recall, sir.
Because he was a devout man.
Okay.
One that feared the Lord.
Okay.
Right? You can't fear the Lord if you're not an Israelite. All right. You had a question?
No, I was saying, it's like, sir, the Lord said that he like, have you seen my faithful servant Job?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
And then the Psalms 147, like we had chosen people.
Mm-hmm.
He was chosen. He don't choose his favorites from the heathen nations.
Okay. And like when I say heathens, you don't have to be mean to a heathen, right? You don't have to be mean spirited towards a heathen. Like when I say a friend, a friend is like, just imagine being a man, like a man in ISUPK, and then you with the brothers at a bar, and then you bring this, Asian cat around. So what are you like? Who is this? Like, what are you doing? He has to go. Like, he can't be around here. They're gonna think Asians can join the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? So no. But now, if you have a person on a job that you see every day, that's different. Because you're at the job, you see them, you can talk to them. That's fine. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about at the job, but don't go have a drink with them. Let's not all go to Fridays and watch the game together and stuff like that. Just leave it at your job. Go ahead.
Practically just an acquaintance.
Yeah, exactly. You just have an acquaintance. Like I said, you don't have to hate these people that you see. That's not what I'm talking about. But just don't join on to them. You know what I mean? Now, you got heathens in the world that would want to join on to you, but they know they can't fully. They'll never invite you to their house. You know what I mean? Not if their peoples is from their homeland. You know what I mean? If they had American families, then yeah, probably. But not they from the homeland for sure. So what?
Yeah, okay. So like most of my friends are Hebrews, right? For the whole life.
Uh-huh.
So if I were to cross them and I want to go visit home, I said, so how would I do it? They want to come and talk to me. They want to, like, you know what I'm saying, like this long history.
Man, say what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like those things, like, ain't nothing wrong. You're not the old man no more. You know what I mean? It ain't like he about to get high with him. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to go do whatever you did with him. You just, hey, what's going on? Yeah, nah. You tell him what you about. yeah, man, I found this. I'm in the truth now, and you know, I'm living down here in San Bernardino, and yeah, now I don't do that no more. I don't do this. And then, hey, man, it was good seeing you. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. I wouldn't hang out with them the whole night because you start being the old person. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that, right? And they want to, and they want to kind of bring you into that too. They want to see if you was really truthful about what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep it, you know, show them love, say what's up, tell them what you out, and just leave. You know what I mean? All right. Any other questions? All right, no sweat. What's the last precept I called? Deuteronomy 32:8.
You read Leviticus?
Yeah, we just read that one.
Okay, sir.
Kyle, go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam.
He what?
When he separated the sons of Adam.
He separated the sons of Adam. Go ahead.
He set the bounds of the people.
He set the what?
He set the bounds of the people.
What does bounds mean? You like?
The borders.
The borders or boundaries, right? Go ahead.
According to the number of the children of Israel.
You understand? He set them apart, man. He took them and put them in their boundary, and then when he put them in their boundary, then he put them in their land. You know what I mean? You had the land of Ephraim, the land of Judea, the land of Issachar. Like you had all these, but they was all in the same country. You understand? So that's how you know the Lord took you. He took you naturally. It's so crazy that we even have to teach this because you see other cultures that don't have to deal with this. But of course, because we're uneducated and destroyed because we don't have the knowledge, we have to teach us that we can't be, what's the word? Integrated. The water. You can't be integrated. You got to pull your mind out of that, right? You got to pull yourself out of thinking that integration or being amongst other people and thrive and trying to thrive is normal. It's not normal. You get what I mean? Like even white people are not integrated. As much as they push it, they're not integrated with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not spiritually, not financially for sure. You know what I'm saying? So they could be physically, but it's their place. They run the place. You get what I mean? And then on top of that, they're integrated as a country, but then they have, if you go to, give me a city, any city, right? Calabasas, right? Predominantly, who lives in Calabasas? Who lives in, give me some more white places. Malibu, right? who lives in, you know what I'm talking about, right? All these places where you can't go, right? What's that place? What's that place that people go shopping at in LA? Beverly Hills, right? You cannot be in Beverly Hills like that. Like probably now, but back then, like early 2000s, late 90s, early 90s, hell no. 80s for sure. If you was in Beverly Hills, police come get you. Go ahead.
I just really do that all the time. You know, my slave used to be, ain't no Negroes in Beverly Hills like that.
Yeah.
It's all fake Jew man walking down the street on Saturday.
Right. Where's Rodeo? Rodeo's in Beverly Hills, right? So yeah, you know what I mean? Like for sure, I knew growing up, people would tell me, like the older cats would tell me that you cannot be over there. Police will drive like, hey, what are you doing? What you doing over here? You got business over here? They put you in the car or they tell you to leave. Because it's America, California is fake liberal, right? They want to say that they're liberal, but this is probably one of the most racist states in the country.
Right. Yeah.
Top 3. You think places in the South is not racist like that? They're racist. I mean, they're racist. Excuse me, but they are upfront about their racism, right? That they have a town that probably says no niggas allowed, and black people know not to go over there, right? They're like, okay, we know not to go over there, but in California, it's different. You know, it's an unwritten law that where you shouldn't be. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of. So I was gonna say one time I went to Fullerton,
and that's that.
And there's an area in Fullerton where just white people live, and I was out there for a show, and this white dude came up to me. He's like, "What are you doing over here?" I didn't even know what he was asking me until the homie. He's like, "Oh yeah, they're asking me because like you don't belong over here."
God, I mean, yeah, that's what it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. One day you'll have a community where you'll see white people should do that. I mean, it's like if black people should do that to white people,
right?
If they in your community jogging, right? Like, hey, what's going on? You gotta run up on them. What you doing over here? Right? Yeah. You put them on the wall, pat them down. You all right? You know where you at? Like, you gotta really, instead of doing that to your own, you gotta do that to another race. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna come to that. It's definitely going to come to that where you're going to have to racially profile other races in your community. You get what I'm saying? The Bible talks about, like, during the end times, how people are gonna run back to their own. They're gonna run back into their own culture. They're gonna all that integration, all that what's the word? Coming together, all that's gonna be dead. You know what I mean?
Integration.
Huh?
Integration.
Yeah, all that's gonna be gone. You're gonna see literally people go back into. That's what you slightly see it now. You slowly seeing Black people, Hispanic people do it, but you're gonna, like, closer to the end. You'll see how people have to really just have to depend on their own, have to really be with their own, whether you agree or not. It's gonna be about race. You understand? Give me that precept now, coming up.
Yeah, Con, sir. This is the only one I found with what you.
Is it an apocrypha?
Con.
That's the one, right? Where's that?
First Esdras.
First Esdras.
5:71.
Yep, that's it. All right. Jump up to 68.
Come on, sir. The book in the Apocrypha, First Esdras 5:68.
Mm-hmm.
So they went to Zerubbabel, right? Zerubbabel,
mm-hmm.
And Jesus, and to the chief of the families.
Jesus. This is not Jesus. This is Joshua, right? There's 4 Jesus in the Bible. Only one of them is Christ, right? Keep going.
Come on. And said unto them, we will build together with you.
We will build together with you. These are the heathens talking to Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel is an Israelite, of course. And now they're going to build the temple, right? And in building the temple, because if I can remember the story right, this brother was like a outstanding brother, so much so that the heathen king allowed him to go build the temple, right? Allowed them to build the temple back to his people so they could serve their God. So he's saying he went back to the city, he gathered some men, and he started building the city, wanted to start to build the temple. So even heathens loved him and was like, man, we want to help, we want to build with you, right? Go ahead.
69.
Mm-hmm.
For we likewise, as ye do obey your Lord.
Right, because the Lord showed them that he was a true and living God, right? So he was like, man, we obey your God too, right? Keep going.
Okay. And do sacrifice unto him from the days of as Bazareth,
mm-hmm.
the king of the Assyrians.
Go ahead.
Whom brought us hither.
He's talking about history now, years ago, 100 years ago, right? 102 years ago. Keep going.
70. There's Zerubbabel and Jesus and the chief of the families of Israel said unto them, it is not for us and you to build together an house unto the Lord our God.
You understand this, right? So he's saying what? He said it's not for us or what, Salakia?
Come. It is not for us and you.
It is not for us and you. Go ahead.
To build together an house unto the Lord our God.
Mm-hmm.
71. We ourselves alone will build unto the Lord of Israel.
You understand, right? He's not allowing these heathens to come help them. You understand?
That's right.
The heathens cannot help you build this temple. Heathens can't help you, right? That's what happened to the Black Panthers. What did the Black Panthers do? Anybody know? You lie.
They had some integration.
Yeah, they had integration.
White members.
And what else? What else did they do though? Your top.
Yeah, homosexual.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Homosexuality wasn't even a big deal, but it was something else they did too. Go ahead.
They also had a lot of white women.
They slept with white women for sure. It was something else that was big that they did. There's a reason why you can't have guns today in California. You lie?
They made agreements with Esau.
Not Esau. Yeah.
They went in the Capitol building with the guns and stuff.
That's true. But it was something else. Go ahead.
Yeah, they agreement with the Russians.
That's true too. But it was one more person. Y'all missing that cat. Go ahead.
Was it the Asians?
There you go. It was an Asian cat, right? Remember, they made the Asian cat was the one that was selling them all them guns. Y'all remember that, right? Y'all not familiar? Okay, there was an Asian. I forget the cat's name. He was selling them all the guns that they was having. All the guns that they was having. That's how they were getting them. And I forget what they did for them, though. But the point was that they allowed all this different type of help to push their thing, push their movement forward, but it failed. But it mostly failed because of the drugs, right? But it really is because they allowed all these other nations to try to help them. No movement can't move without the Lord. You know what I mean? All these blackity black things that they think they doing, right? The moves that think they have it, those things can't work without God. And more importantly, you can't push your organization forward with the work of a other nation. You know what I mean? Because now you're allowing witchcraft to join onto your business. You get what I mean? A person that's a non-believer, a person who can't be with you, right? That's why he said what? Read again, Art.
Come on, Khan. 71, sir?
Yeah.
Khan. We ourselves alone will build unto the Lord of Israel.
You understand? That's why he said we ourselves will build. Y'all can't help us. Y'all can't join us. Y'all can't help us build this house. We ourselves will do it. We'll do it. We don't need you, right? That was separation. That was absolutely revolutionary. It was a thing that needed to be said. Imagine you telling some cat that today, right? Some cat, oh man, we want to help. Nah, can't help us. You know what I'm saying? You can't help us. You can't come in here and help paint or whatever, right? You can't, what else they can't do? Right? What else they can't do? Heathens.
You can't come to our feast days and barbecues.
For sure can't do that. You know what I mean? You want to pour your money into something. We always say this because we know they're not going to do it, right? Pour your money, put your donations in there. Give us what you stole.
Right.
If you want to help us with anything, but we say that knowing what? You're not going to do it. You know what I mean? We don't need the other nations. We just need God. That's it. The Lord wants to. He don't want you to gain all this power from heathens. Why? Because you're gonna start loving them.
Right.
You're gonna start thinking that the heathen saved you and not God. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna think you need heathens and not the Most High. You're gonna think you need men and not the Lord. The Lord wants to be needed. As any man, men want to be needed. They don't want to feel like you don't need them, right? God wants to be needed. He wants to know that He's the one that did it. You understand? Live.
I got those precepts.
Go ahead.
Going to what you was talking about, the Chinese and Japanese.
Give me Proverbs 2. Proverbs 1 and 21. Go ahead, Live.
Nehemiah 13:1. On that day, they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of the Most High forever.
Say it one more time. That was an excellent precept.
On that day, they read the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of the Most High forever.
They should never come into the congregation. Go ahead.
Because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit, our power turned a curse into a blessing. Now it came to pass, when they heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude.
Excellent precept, right? That let you know God is not with these other nations, right? He don't love these other nations. He don't want these other nations helping you, right? He wants you to lean on him. It's the one is Zephaniah, right? Is Zephaniah? Yeah, give me Zephaniah. That's the one. Zephaniah 2:1. Zephaniah 2:1. Go ahead.
It's like I was gonna add to
and give me Micah 2:10. Go ahead, Malakma.
I was gonna say, sir, like people gotta remember that when these other nations want to help you, it's never because they're trying to help you because they want to do it out the goodness of their heart. They got some agenda at hand and helping you.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? When they come up and tell you, but man, we love y'all, man. Man, God is love, man.
Right.
What y'all talking about this hate, man? I just want to love y'all. Love. Like, it's like, stop, you know?
Right.
Like when you become a man, you hear that, when you hear another man say, I love you, especially like a heathen, You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you just stop. You know what I mean? This is homosexual. I don't even want that love. Go ahead.
Sorry, what's that? Precept Officer Harvey?
Where was you at?
I'll take this. All
right, no sweat. Where was you at? Said Proverbs, right? Proverbs 1:22 or 1:21, one or two. I think I was about to pull a precept too, or someone was about to pull a precept. Zephaniah at the water, that's the one. And Micah 2:10.
You want to read Zephaniah, sir?
Yeah, Zephaniah 2:1.
Zephaniah 2:1.
And then you can drop down to 12.
Come on. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right. Lord said the people that are not desired have to gather together. The people that are separate, that are integrated, right, but separate in poverty, need to come together. They need to come together. You're integrated and separated at the same time. You're integrated for their cause, right? Listen, I heard a staggering number, right? How much money you think black people are spending a year? No one's gonna get it. No one's gonna get it. But go ahead. Not to
2 trillion.
Oh shit! Okay, you got it. I think it was more than that, though. I think it was more than that. Trillions. I remember. I guessed it. I was like 20 billion. I thought 20 billion. Listen, black people are the #1 consumer in the world. I think in America or the world, one of the two. They spend. I think it's 4 trillion. $4 trillion. Just black people. No, not Hispanic. Black people. I think Hispanic people were in that. But yes, $4 trillion. I was like, nah, ain't no way. Right? Ain't no way that's possible. And we, the poorest people, so-called, that's crazy. You got that much money to spend. Trillions of dollars. Money is not a problem when it comes to black people. It's just coming together is the problem. You understand? Right. Give me Zephaniah.
Zephaniah.
I didn't think no one was gonna get that number. I was really like, the brother asked me, I said 20 billion, 125 billion. And he said trillion. I said, nah, that's crazy. Go ahead.
2 and 12. Ye Ethiopians also.
You read 2 and 1? Oh yeah, you did.
You want to read one again?
Nah, you good.
Verse 12. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
You understand that, right? The Lord hates these other nations, man. He gonna kill Ethiopians. He's gonna kill the Hittites, the Zergites. You get what I mean? The Canaanites. He gonna kill them Canaanites, Malakma. You gotta tell them. Yeah, he gonna tell them. He gonna kill them Canaanites, and tell them those Mexicans, that he gonna kill them too. Right. If he don't come repent. You get what I'm saying? Right? This is what the Lord wants. He's against all nations. He'll even be against you if you love them too. You get what I mean? That's the thing. All right. Give me Micah 2:10.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Mm-hmm. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Y'all get it, right? You got to rise and depart. This ain't your rest, man, spiritually, right? Spiritually, you got to gather yourself up and depart in the spirit to a faith that allows you to be who you're supposed to be, right? Who you're supposed to be is the children of Israel, people who love their own, right? A lot of people like to say that we're racist, right? Y'all heard that before, right? That's a tire. That's a tire. You good. Everybody likes to say that we're racist, right? We're not a racist organization. Y'all understand that, right?
Right.
What do I mean by that? Go ahead, brother.
To quote, what holy means is we're separate.
Yeah, we're separate. More importantly, we can't stop nobody from getting anything, right? Racism, like white people are racist towards us because we can't get a loan. You know what I mean? We can't get a loan. We can't get a house. We can't get a car. They stop. We can't move into certain communities. right? That's real racism. But we're not racist. You're not racist because you prefer your own. That doesn't make you racist.
Right.
You get me? They try to make you an equivalent to a member of a KKK, right? Where KKK kills people. And we ain't never killed nobody, right? You lie.
I was gonna say, so your point, the only way to be racist is you have to benefit from it financially and advance your race of people.
Right.
That's the only way to be classified as a racist.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that racism works. Like I read a report that said the person that, like the demographic group that benefited the most from slavery in America was the white woman.
Yeah, I believe it. Malakma.
About that, but I was gonna add, you can't say that we're racist because we don't hate the so-called white man because he's white. It's the crimes they do unto us.
Mm-hmm.
It's got nothing to do with their skin color or
Yeah.
how they look.
Yeah.
It's the robbing, raping, and murdering they've done for people.
Right. Right. You gonna tell a rapist they're gonna have to love their raper?
Right.
Right? You don't tell them that. You get what I mean? You be out your mind to tell them that. Right? Read the rest of Micah. You read the whole thing?
Micah chapter 2 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
This place has destroyed you. This place allows you to believe that you can be with other people and survive and be on top, or have a dream that can push you to, accomplish cardinal goals. And that's all a lie. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that you can't do those things. You for sure can. But you can't do nothing to uplift your people if you're against them, or if you ain't united with them, right? If you can't be, as in one mind with them, right? All those things that America tells you to push out your mind, so you can push forward their philosophy. Go ahead. Loud.
That's like, I was gonna say, I got Genesis 11.
Genesis 11. What's that?
We're talking about on the earth with the one language. Babylon.
Tower of Babel. Nah, you can hold on there. But that's a good one definitely for separation as well. Proverbs 1 and 22. Might be 1 and 21. And I'll take questions at the end if y'all have any questions, all right? Yeah, I think it's 1 to 22.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorning.
I'll go one verse up. Oh, no, that's it. Salaki, that's it. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Is it 21?
You want me to read 21, sir?
Yeah.
All right, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 21. She cried in the chief places.
Salaki, what's the one that says those hand join hand?
Jeremiah?
Nah. It might be Proverbs 22. I'm tripping. Hold on, let me see. Salaki, Proverbs 11 and 21. But that's a good one too. 1 and 22. How long will you love simplicity? That's an excellent one.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 22. As a jewel of gold in the swine's snout, so it is.
No. Proverbs 11 and 21.
11 and 21.
Come.
And Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
You understand that, right? The crazy thing about the wicked join hand in hand, and the wicked shall not be unpunished, right? The people that's joined hand both gonna be punished. You understand the context of how we're breaking the precept down. You understand, right? If you going to join hand with your enemy, y'all both will be punished because it's wicked. You get it? You can't love the other nation and try to get into the kingdom of heaven. It just doesn't work. Even in the Bible, if you go look up the 12 gates that will be in the kingdom of heaven, angels will protect each gate. You know what I'm saying? And only allow Israelites to be in. No heathen can ever come into those gates. You understand? So that's how you know God is against other nations. All right. Any questions? I'm done. I wrapped it up. Come down.
There's a question online, sir. From the sister.
Just go ahead. You can read the question.
Sir. It's in the book of 2 Kings 23:4, and it says, "What is the priest? What is the priest of the second order?"
The priest of the second order. What? Read the precept.
Sir. 2 Kings 23:4, and the king commanded Hilkiah the high priest and the priest of the second order and the keepers of the door to bring forth out of the temple of the Lord all the vessels that were made of Baal, and for the grove, and for all the host of heaven. And he burnt them without Jerusalem in the fields of Kidron.
Okay. All right. No sweat. I'm like 50-50 on that. The second order. Okay. The second order could be the Levitical priesthood, but I got to make sure. All right. Any other questions? Any questions in the room? Good to go? All right, with that, I'm pass class over to preaching officer Natazak.
And Israel, Amijah. Sorry, face the teacher.